As you know, the entire cold email space is going crazy. Deliverability issues including low reply rates, high bounce rates, widespread blacklisting, and other nightmare-level problems have hit almost everyone this summer. But cold email is not going anywhere. In fact, it's just getting started. So what are the secrets to sending massive amounts of volume and maintaining high deliverability rates in 2024? Everyone out there is telling you things like, just use more spin tacks, don't send so many follow-ups, do this, do that. But nobody's talking about how to take deliverability into your own hands by deploying custom email infrastructure and what goes into building one. So that's why in this video, I'm going to reveal the secrets to our setup that allow us to send hundreds of thousands of emails per month with high deliverability, updated to the present in August 2024, so you know this will work for you right now. And if you think I'm just another guy shilling some scammy churn and burn cold email agency that isn't worth listening to, we manage custom infrastructure for over 70 clients who are getting results like this. So if you want results like this, and you don't have the attention span of a kid on TikTok, listen to this video through the end and I'll reveal all the secrets you need to know. Okay. So the first secret to setting up custom cold email infrastructure is that you have to decide where you're going to put it. This means choosing a cloud provider to host your custom email infrastructure. Not all cloud providers are created equal. The one that you probably have heard the most about is AWS, Amazon Web Services, but that's not necessarily the right choice. AWS has pretty strict policies, and so they can be quick to shut down your accounts if they detect what they think is spammy behavior, and it can be overkill in terms of price and complexity. So what I would probably recommend is looking for a lesser known cloud provider, a little smaller, maybe look at DigitalOcean, Linode, or maybe even a lesser known regional cloud host. Generally, they are going to have simpler setups, lower costs, and they're less likely to get on your case and flag your activities as suspicious, assuming you follow best practices. So if you ignore this and you choose the wrong cloud provider, it can be a costly mistake. If your provider is too restrictive, you might get suspended or banned, during which time your email infrastructure will be down. You won't be able to send emails. And if your provider, on the other hand, is too lenient, then they might be kind of a fly-by-night organization. Maybe they don't have the best support or security. So you want to make sure that it's somewhere in between. You want to use a reputable cloud provider, but probably want to avoid AWS and maybe some of the other big boys out there. Really, the best thing to do is to try to find a cloud provider that other cold emailers are using successfully and use that. So do your research, look for reviews, case studies from others in the cold email space, and it's all about finding that sweet spot where you have enough control and flexibility without breaking the bank or risking your accounts getting suspended. Okay, so the second secret to building your custom cold email infrastructure is choosing mail server software. So your mail server software is the backbone of your email operations. It's the actual software that runs on your cloud provider's infrastructure that actually sends the emails, receives and sends the emails. So it's really it's the backbone of your email operations. And there are a few options out there. The ones that we recommend are either Stalwart or MailCow. So both of them offer a good balance of functionality, flexibility, and ease of use, but I'll break down the differences between them a little bit. So Stalwart is a little bit more lightweight, but very powerful, and it's designed specifically for businesses that need very robust email solutions, so like a high-volume cold email server. And it's very well suited for custom infrastructure because it's built with security and deliverability in mind from the ground up. The only catch is that it's a bit newer and support is kind of limited, and you'll probably need to be more technical to set it up well. MailCow is easier. It's an all-in-one solution, so it offers a comprehensive set of tools right out of the box, and it's very easy to deploy and manage. So it's a great choice if you don't have a very deep technical background, but you still need a reliable solution. But on the other hand, it contains a lot of stuff that you probably don't need, and so it's a bit heavier than Stalwart, and it requires more powerful infrastructure to run, so your infrastructure costs will be a little higher if you use that compared to Stalwart. So if you choose the wrong email server, you may not have the control that you need for your campaigns. You might not be able to set certain settings that you really need to set, and this can result in poor deliverability. It's obviously a big problem. The whole reason you're doing this is for good deliverability, so if you pick the wrong mail server, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. And you might even find that you have to migrate mail servers mid-campaign, which obviously is going to be a huge hassle. You're not going to be up and running during that time. And so that's going to cause major disruption and lost revenue. So I recommend that you choose a robust and customizable solution like Stalwart or MailCow. Pick one of those two, take a look at them both. Set yourself up for long-term success with the mail server that can grow with your business. The third secret to building a successful cold email infrastructure is having a proper warm-up strategy. You probably know that you need to warm up domain domains and accounts if you've been in the cold email space for a while. But now that you're running your own mail server, your IP addresses also need to be warmed up as well. So warm up is the process of gradually building trust with email service providers. When you start sending from a new domain or account or IP address, email service providers don't recognize it at first, and they don't yet trust it. So if you start blasting large volumes of email right away, you'll likely trigger spam filters, your deliverability will be trash, and your campaigns will be over before you even get started. One effective way that you can warm up your IP addresses is by creating a bunch of accounts on your new mail server. Now that you are running your own mail server, it is basically free for you to create accounts, so you can create as many as you want, and then you can hook them up to SmartLead. SmartLead offers a warm-up service, and you can use SmartLead's warm-up to gradually warm up your IP addresses. So you want to just keep track of how many accounts you have on each IP address and gradually scale up the sending. SmartLead has a warm-up, ramp-up feature that is great for this. And just make sure that you don't do it too quickly. SendGrid publishes a schedule of IP warm-up where they give guidelines on how many emails you should send on each day of warm-up, and you can scale pretty quickly. So I would recommend that you go check that out and follow that, but don't go over that or else you're going to be just asking for trouble. So skipping or mishandling the warm-up process could really be a campaign killer. If you don't warm up properly, you're going to nuke your deliverability and you're going to have higher bounce rates. You're going to be more likely to get blacklisted, so your emails will get blocked, and all of this is going to result in low reply rates, and you're just not going to be successful in your campaigns. I've even seen campaigns with great content and targeting fail because they skipped warm up or tried to shortcut it or didn't do it properly and tried to ramp up their sending too quickly without a proper warm up strategy. So don't do that. Take the time to warm up your IPs along with your domains and accounts, and you're going to set a strong foundation for high deliverability and successful campaigns. The fourth secret to building a successful custom cold email infrastructure is managing your IPs and reputation. So this is really where the rubber meets the road in terms of running your own infrastructure. This is going to take ongoing management, and it's one of the most critical factors, your IP reputation, in determining whether your emails land in the inbox or the spam folder. So email service providers use your IP reputation to gauge how trustworthy your emails are, and if your IP reputation starts to decline, it can quickly lead to your emails being filtered as spam. To effectively manage your IP reputation, you're going to need to keep an eye on it with tools like SenderScore. So you can go to senderscore.org for that. And SenderScore provides a numerical rating of your IP's reputation out of 100 based on factors like how many spam complaints you get, what your bounce rates are, and other engagement metrics like how many people open and respond to your emails. It's just one measurement, but it's a very good one, and a healthy sender score is crucial for maintaining good deliverability. If you find that your sender score is declining, you're probably going to be getting caught in spam more often, and it's just not good. So if that happens, you are going to need to rotate your IP address. If you notice that your reputation is dropping or you just start seeing a lot of bounces, you're going to need to do this. So keep an eye on your sender score and other metrics of deliverability like your bounce rates and reply rates. And if you started to notice that these are declining, then it's time to rotate your IP address. So rotating your IP address means gradually transitioning your sending volume from the old IP with damaged reputation to new fresh IPs with clean reputation. And you want to do it slowly, gradually transition the traffic over to give your new IPs time to build that positive reputation. And while you're doing it, you're going to need to monitor the performance, keep an eye on the sender score of the new IPs, keep an eye on bounce rates and everything like that, and just make sure that everything looks good as you gradually ramp that up. You want to avoid any abrupt changes because those can trigger email service provider suspicion, and you don't want to burn these new IP addresses before you've even gotten a chance to really get them up to speed. So if you fail to manage your IP reputation properly, then you're going to kill your campaigns. This is one of the biggest problems with custom infrastructure. They don't do this properly, and so deliverability maybe starts off pretty good, but over time it declines and never recovers because they just don't know how to manage their IPs properly. So you want to avoid that. And if you end up stuck with the damaged IP and you don't have a strategy for rotating it out, that damaged reputation can take months to repair. And while you're waiting that time, your emails will land in spam. You're going to be sending less volume because that's what you need to do in order to recover the reputation. And this is going to mean that you're going to miss opportunities and revenue, and it's just really bad for your business. So don't make this mistake. Manage your IPs properly, rotate them out when they're damaged, and you'll be able to maintain a strong sender reputation and keep your deliverability rates high, ensuring that your emails get where they are supposed to go. So the fifth and final secret to building a successful cold email infrastructure is how you actually manage the accounts, how you add and remove them, how you add new clients as let's say you're a lead gen agency, if you get new clients you need to send email on behalf of, how you actually go about adding those to your mail server. This is going to make a big difference in your quality of life and how scalable your operations are. So if you're just starting out with a limited set of domains and email accounts and you're just doing your own outreach, you might get away with setting everything up manually. But as your operation grows, whether that's by doing more outreach for your own or adding clients and sending emails on behalf of them, you're probably going to want to automate the account creation and configuration. So we do this at NeuralJets using code that we've written in TypeScript and Ruby, and we do everything from purchasing and configuring domains, creating and removing email accounts, and swapping out accounts and domains as needed using this code that we've written. This is not only going to save you time, but it also reduces the risk of human error, and it ensures that you can quickly adapt to changes in your campaigns, your needs, your client roster, things like that. So if you ignore this and you rely on manual processes and you don't automate your account management, you're going to create a lot of bottlenecks and a lot of potential for human error. You're going to have to manually set up accounts and domains and things like that when you onboard new clients or when you want to scale up your own outreach. And trust me, we used to do this stuff manually and it was a real pain. So that's going to limit how quickly you can take on new clients, how quickly you can get campaigns up and running, how quickly you can scale your own outreach. And it's just generally going to make you hate life if you have to do all this manually. Trust me. So these issues and inefficiencies, they're going to prevent you from scaling effectively. And really, I would say just from the get-go, you want to start thinking about how you can automate these things as quickly as possible because you're going to want them automated. So just try to get it going from the start and you'll save yourself a lot of headache and error down the road. So by automating these things, you're going to ensure that your infrastructure remains robust, scalable, and responsive to your needs and your clients' needs. And this is going to help you maintain a high level of service and performance even as your cold email operation grows. And there you have it. The secrets behind a high-performing custom cold email infrastructure. Now, after watching this video, you have all the information you need to take your cold email future into your own hands. However, if you decide to implement this on your own, I wish you good luck. You're gonna need it. It's taken us years of experience to be able to put something like this together, and most of the clients that we work with are daunted by the work that goes into the setup or the expense of pulling something like this off on their own. In the end, the time it's gonna take you to figure all this out will cost more than it's worth. And even worse, by the time you do figure it all out, you'll likely have lost out on hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pipeline as your competitors move in on your ideal customers. But if you want to avoid all that pain and opportunity cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars in missed revenue by having the correct strategy and knowledge in place with the help of people who know what they're doing here, then click the first link in the description below and book a free discovery call to speak with us directly. In that meeting, we'll discuss custom cold email infrastructure and whether building your own or using ours and having us manage it is the right strategy to grow your business. There's no obligation to work with us, but if we agree that it makes sense to work together or explore cooperation further, we'll lay out the next steps together. So again, click the first link in the description below, book a call, and I'll speak to you soon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more videos about cold email, watch the other videos on my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.